What if I told you that the reality around you isn't fixed, but rather a flexible projection of your own consciousness? That the people who show up in your life, the opportunities that appear, and even the challenges you face are actually reflections of what you believe to be possible. This might sound daring, but what if I showed you that there's scientific and experimental groundwork supporting this idea? Jacobo Grinberg devoted his life to unraveling a mystery that few dared to explore: the way the mind directly influences reality. And what if the key to attracting what you want isn't tied to external factors, but lies within you? Think about moments when incredible coincidences occurred. Have you ever thought about someone, and shortly afterward that person got in touch with you? Have you ever intensely wished for an opportunity, and then, without any logical explanation, it appeared right before your eyes? That's not mere chance. That's synchronicity. The truth is, you're already shaping your reality, often without even noticing. But what if you could do it consciously and on purpose? What if you could program your mind to attract exactly what you desire? In this video, you'll understand why consciousness doesn't just perceive the world, it helps construct it. More importantly, you'll discover how to use this knowledge to transform your life. If everything we experience is, in some way, a projection of our internal state, why do so many people remain stuck in cycles of frustration, lack, and dissatisfaction? If reality responds to our intentions, why is it so hard to attract the things we really want? The answer lies in the disconnect between our conscious wants and our subconscious vibrations. The problem starts with our belief that reality is something fixed and independent of us. From an early age, we learn that success depends on external factors, that love is a matter of luck, and that opportunities only arise for those who already have certain advantages. This type of thinking creates a limited perception of life, causing people to believe they have no control over what happens to them. Now, imagine someone who wants prosperity but grows up hearing things like money is dirty, only cheaters get rich, or life is a constant struggle. Even if this person works hard, their internal beliefs will create invisible barriers that sabotage any attempt at change. The same is true for relationships. Someone who deep down believes they're unworthy of love will always find situations that confirm this belief. Another major obstacle is fluctuating vibrational energy. Many people try to attract positive changes but spend most of their time immersed in fear, doubt, and pessimism. Here's where the power of our vibration comes in. Think of vibration like a radio frequency. In order to receive the station you want, you need to tune in to the right band. That frequency is determined by your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. When you cultivate feelings such as trust, gratitude, and excitement, your vibration rises and you begin to attract situations that match that energy. To align this vibration with the universe, repeat the phrase, "My reality is a reflection of my consciousness." I already am what I desire, and the universe responds to my vibration. Say it with conviction, feeling the truth behind these words. This is a powerful step to reprogram your inner world and allow the reality you want to manifest itself. There's also the issue of attachment and resistance. When someone desperately wants something, they send out a message of neediness to the universe, and the consciousness field responds by reinforcing that lack. This is why so many people feel that the more they want something, the harder it is to obtain. In contrast, those who trust, let go, and live as though they already have what they desire, without anxiety, create an energetic field that makes manifestation easier. The biggest mistake most people make isn't a lack of desire, but the inability to align their thoughts, emotions, and vibrations with what they want to manifest. This misalignment creates frustration, reinforces negative beliefs, and perpetuates a cycle of stagnation. The good news is that this cycle can be broken. Jacobo Grinberg not only identified this problem, but also studied how the mind can be trained to create a new reality. If your mind can shape your life experience, then learning to program it correctly can change everything. To achieve this, we need to understand the role of intention, belief, and vibrational frequency in the manifestation process. Jacobo Grinberg was not just a theorist or a mystic without substance. He was a neuroscientist, psychologist, and researcher who dedicated himself to uncovering the mysteries of consciousness from a scientific perspective. His work bridged spirituality and science, exploring how the human mind directly influences the structure of reality. At the core of his studies was the synthegric theory, a revolutionary hypothesis suggesting that consciousness doesn't just perceive the world, it actively structures it. Inspired by his research with Mexican shamans, Grinberg realized that certain mental practices and altered states of consciousness allowed for concrete changes in how people perceive reality. This wasn't merely philosophical, it was something observable and testable. In addition to investigating consciousness, Grinberg also studied phenomena like synchronicity, telepathy, and the impact of beliefs on the external world. He conducted scientific experiments to measure the connection between human minds, arriving at findings that indicated an interlinking among all beings, a shared field of information that responds to individual intentions. This view is echoed in quantum physics itself, where phenomena like the observer effect show that reality isn't fixed, but is influenced by observation. Albert Einstein even drew attention to the strange and paradoxical nature of the quantum world, in which particles can behave unpredictably depending on human interaction. Today, studies on neuroplasticity, morphogenetic fields, and energetic resonance reinforce the idea that our thoughts and emotions are not just internal events, but forces that shape our external experience. If Jacobo Grinberg was right, it means you're not a passive bystander in reality, you're a co-creator. So if it's possible to learn how to control this process, how can you use that knowledge to attract the people and events you truly desire? In the next segment, we'll explore exactly that. If consciousness shapes reality, then the big question is how we can use it to our advantage. How do we align our thoughts, emotions, and intentions to attract precisely what we want? The answer lies in how we see the world and ourselves. If deep down we believe we don't deserve something, reality itself will confirm that belief. Our brain filters information to reinforce what we already believe to be true. This explains why some people seem to repeat the same mistakes, failed relationships, and financial struggles. They don't realize they're trapped by their own beliefs. The first step in changing that reality is self-knowledge. Ask yourself, what inside me is still not aligned with what I want? If you want prosperity but think of money as corrupt or something that requires extreme sacrifice, your mind will sabotage every chance of success. Change begins when you allow yourself to reprogram these beliefs, replacing old patterns with more expansive new truths. Simply knowing that your consciousness shapes reality isn't enough. You have to train it to do so intentionally. Certain practices can help realign your mind and emotions, creating a vibration that matches what you want to attract. Creative visualization, for example, is a powerful tool because your brain can't tell the difference between a real experience and one that's vividly imagined. When you see yourself living what you desire with all the details and emotions, you program your consciousness to materialize that reality. Meditation is also essential as it stabilizes your thoughts and tunes your energy to a state of alignment. Reflective writing offers clarity about where you are and where you want to go, serving as a process of mental reprogramming. Affirmations, repeated with conviction, help replace limiting beliefs. The secret of all these techniques lies in genuine feeling and consistency. It's not enough just to want something. You need to feel as though you already have it, without anxiety or neediness. That emotional state creates resonance with what you want to attract. Another crucial point is the impact of your environment and interpersonal relationships on your vibration. If you spend time with pessimistic people who constantly reinforce beliefs of scarcity, failure, and fear, your own energetic frequency will be affected. Likewise, the physical space where you live reflects your inner state. A messy, chaotic environment full of reminders of the past may be blocking new opportunities. Grinberg emphasized that consciousness is malleable, and that includes the environment we inhabit. Ask yourself, does my environment and do the people around me support the reality I want to create? If the answer is no, it's time for some adjustments. The final piece of this puzzle is taking conscious action. You can have the right mindset, practice visualization techniques, and surround yourself with positive energy. But without action, nothing manifests. What separates those who truly change their lives from those who only dream is the ability to take real steps toward what they desire. This doesn't mean acting out of desperation or forcing situations. It means aligning internally and allowing intuition to guide your steps. Take small, consistent actions rather than waiting for a huge, life-changing event. Stay alert to signs and opportunities. Many times, what you want is already on its way, but you don't see it because you're expecting it to arrive in a specific form. Stay in the right vibration, and if you notice you're acting out of fear or desperation, pause and realign your intention. Action should come from a place of trust, not anxiety. In the end, the universe responds to those who already feel as though they have what they desire. The more you behave and feel like someone who already possesses it, the faster it manifests. Emotional connection is what transforms a simple concept into a lived experience. You've probably noticed that certain stories or teachings resonate deeply, while others go unnoticed. That happens because the most powerful ideas aren't just understood intellectually, they're felt. Emotion is what gives a thought strength, making it real and alive. When we talk about attracting people and events, we're not dealing with just a mental process, but a deep alignment of thought, emotion, and intention. If you've ever wanted something intensely but were full of anxiety and fear, you likely noticed how that desire seemed to slip right through your fingers. What Grinberg teaches us is that real intention isn't just a superficial want. It's an inner state of absolute certainty and connection to what we want to manifest. Imagine someone lost at sea, desperately swimming against the current. The harder they fight, the more exhausted they get, and the less control they have. Now picture someone else who decides to float and let the current carry them in the right direction. This second person isn't giving up, but rather trusting the natural flow of the water. That's how manifestation works. The more you struggle in desperation, the more resistance you create. But when you align with the feeling that you already have what you desire, your energy harmonizes with that reality, and the universe responds naturally. Many people carry stories of frustration, failed attempts, or years spent chasing something that never arrived. But what if all of that wasn't a sign of failure, but rather a sign of misalignment? If reality responds to what we feel and believe, could these negative outcomes be nothing more than reflections of an internal state that supported them? This is the big shift, realizing that nothing in your life is disconnected from you. You're not a victim of circumstance, you're at the center of everything you experience. To make this more concrete, think of a time in your life when you wanted something without anxiety or obsession, but with calm confidence, and that desire materialized almost magically. That wasn't just coincidence, it was vibrational harmony. When we're in the right state, reality adjusts, and what we seek finds us without forced effort. The challenge is to maintain that emotional connection consistently. Since the stories we hear from childhood shape how we see the world, we need to rewrite our own narrative. If up until now, your story has been one of struggle, lack, or the belief that things are always difficult, this is the moment to change it. Ask yourself, what story am I telling myself? And does this story align with the reality I want to live? If the answer is no, then you have the opportunity to recreate that narrative, to choose new thoughts and emotions that resonate with the life you truly want to attract. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but with every conscious decision you make. Grinberg's legacy reminds us that consciousness is plastic, malleable, and ever-changing. Nothing is fixed, and everything can be reprogrammed. If your current reality doesn't reflect what you desire, that doesn't mean you're doomed to live that way forever. It simply means the time has come to shift your frequency, to align your energy with what you truly want to experience. Now that you understand how consciousness shapes reality, the crucial question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Most people go through life stuck in automatic patterns, reacting to what happens without realizing they themselves create these circumstances. But now, you hold a powerful key, the ability to direct your intention consciously. Are you willing to use it? Imagine how your life might change if, starting today, you begin to pay attention to the energy you're sending out. Instead of living on autopilot, you observe your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, adjusting whatever doesn't align with what you desire. Instead of waiting for reality to change first, you decide to change internally and trust that this inner shift will inevitably reflect outward. Close your eyes for a few seconds and ask yourself, what do I really want to attract into my life? Be specific. Think about the people, opportunities, and events, not as distant dreams, but as if they're already real for you. Let that sensation fill your body, your mind, and your vibration. This is the state you need to cultivate every day. Here's a simple challenge for you. Over the next 7 days, pay close attention to your energy. Whenever you feel fear, doubt, or resistance, stop and realign yourself with the certainty that what you want is already on its way. Avoid speaking, thinking, or acting from a place of lack. For each choice you make, ask yourself, is this in line with what I want to attract? Small daily adjustments lead to profound changes. To strengthen this transformation, share your intentions in the comments. Write down what you want to manifest and see how simply declaring your intention sets the universe in motion. If this content resonated with you, stay connected for more insights on how to consciously shape your reality. Remember, your life isn't an accident. You have the power to create. Reality is a reflection of your consciousness. Everything you experience, from the people who cross your path to the opportunities that appear or slip away, is directly tied to your inner state. This is the great truth Jacobo Grinberg set out to reveal. Your mind doesn't just interpret the world, it creates it, which means that by changing how you think, feel, and vibrate, you can alter the structure of your own reality. Transformation doesn't happen instantly, but in every conscious choice you make. Each thought you replace, each belief you challenge, each emotion you redirect toward what you truly want, leaves a powerful imprint on the field of consciousness. You can now break free from doubt and frustration and move into a state of clear, aligned intention. The question remains, what will you do about it? Will you let this truth slip by unnoticed, going back to your usual routine? Or will you experiment, test, and prove for yourself that reality responds to whatever you emanate? If you've made it this far, you already have everything you need to begin. The key has always been inside you. Now it's up to you to turn it. If this content resonated with you, keep following and engaging. The more you surround yourself with this knowledge, the more naturally you'll begin to apply it. And remember, you are not alone in this process. Each step toward what you desire is proof that you're creating a new reality. The universe is responding. The next move is yours.